Revolutionary talk for revolutionary times. LibertyTalk.fm.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Sporting Edge. This is our first time doing television, so we're going to give you a quick little rundown on what we're going to be bringing to you here. Witz and I are very excited. We're going to use this as an area to give you game picks, tell you who we're picking this week, and try to help you in your gambling ventures. We're also going to cover the big things. So today, fortunately, we're going to cover Game 3. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cover Game 2. And we'll also bring you the Stanley Cup game that is brought to you tomorrow on Thursday between the Predators and Penguins. And then, of course, we hop into our favorite sport of the summer, Major League Baseball, where we're going to give you our game picks. We'll see if me and Xander are agreeing. Obviously, I have the better record of the two of us right now.
Oh, I don't know about that, E. But first of all, let's talk about, Game 2. The Cavs gave it all they could in the first half. Second half, they got blown out again. This is really rough. We said Cavs were going to win at the start of the series, but I heard somebody might be jumping ship a little bit. Is that true?
After Game 2's performance, I don't know where I'm at. You will see my pick inevitably when it comes up. But this Cavs team can't score at the speed this Warriors team can, and doesn't have enough scores to keep up in the process. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you know the basics there. They're going to shoot. Klay Thompson is getting open. His defense is actually perfect. It's masterful, beautiful. Whatever you want to use for the term of defense for Klay Thompson, use it, because he's been spectacular this series so far. And the complaints are with Kyrie Irving. And so, Xander, I'm going to give you the opportunity here to tell me why Kyrie Irving is going to bounce back in Cleveland and hopefully for the rest of this series.
Well, I think the Cavs needed a little switch up here. Paul Pierce came out and said Kevin Durant might be the best player in the world. I've been saying that for a long time, and it's really shown in this series. The guy is dynamic on both ends of the floor. He's the human tarantula, probably the longest arms in the league.
Definitely longest reach. I would agree.
Longest reach. Played a perfect Game 1 and was pretty darn good in Game 2 as well. So that's been really tough for the Cavs to stop. And LeBron has been decent, but he hasn't really done enough. But it's hard when the rest of the team isn't really doing much. Kevin Love has impressed me this series, but like you said, Kyrie Irving needs to step up. There was a couple spurts in Game 2 where I thought he was going to get going, never really showed up, and he's going to be a key focal point in Game 3 for me, and that is why I'm sticking with the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 3. I think this is big that they're going back home. If you remember last year, they were down 3-1, so they are not unfamiliar to being down in a big spot. I think LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love show up, take the cake in Game 3, and then we look to Game 4.
All right, well, now you're putting the pressure on me to make my pick in front of everybody, but I want you to clarify that not only are you taking the Cavs, but you're taking the plus 3.5.
I will take anything you want on Game 3. I think the Cavs are going to win straight up. I think they're going to come out and play their best game in the series so far, which, shouldn't be that surprising because they've been pretty bad the first two games, but I think the Cavs take it. LeBron James, I do not think we'll go down 3-0, especially at home in Game 3.
Amazing. So it comes to me. He has the plus 3.5, so if you're on the Xander ship, I'm sorry. If you want to hop over to my ship, join me as I'm taking the Golden State Warriors.
You used to be on my ship.
Hop the bandwagon. I'm joining with the Golden State Warriors as KD did last summer. I am doing this summer, and I will be joining the Golden State Warriors on their quest to a sweep. I came in very hot saying that I think that the Cavs, if they bang in the post, are aggressive and physical, which they have not been yet, and it's going to be a key in Game 3 if they want to win. They have not been able to do that. Zaza Pachulia and JaVale McGee are owning them down low with Stephen Curry having a triple-double.
Is playing amazing right now.
Out-rebounding Kyrie Irving, who isn't traditionally a rebounder. Point guards aren't supposed to be that in that position. So something needs to happen with the Cavs. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm taking the Warriors minus 3.5, and that's my new team. We are on the bandwagon, my folks, and Game 3 should be interesting tonight.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson, J.R. Smith, one of those guys really needs to step up. Because J.R. Smith has been sleepwalking for the first two games, and Tristan Thompson has not been much better. But we move on to Major League Baseball Wednesday night. We've got 3 great games picked out for you. We actually don't know each other's selections, so we'll see in a minute. But Game 1, we've got the Cleveland Indians visiting the Colorado Rockies. Cleveland is minus 113. Colorado is plus 103. We've got Trevor Bauer going up against Kyle Freeland. Kyle Freeland is 6-3 with a 3.5 ERA this season. Has been very impressive. So, you look at Colorado, what they've been doing this year. First place in the division. They've been unbelievable. It's been a dogfight with the Dodgers as well as the Diamondbacks. But, we've got a great game and a great matchup, and that is why I am going with the Colorado Rockies at home versus what I said was the perennial AL favorite at the beginning of the year, Cleveland Indians.
So this show was supposed to be about me not wanting to be on Xander's team, going on a different boat, riding away in the sunset, making my own money.
Mine's the best team to be on, baby.
That's totally fair, and one of our teams has to make money, but fortunately for us today, we both are on the Colorado Rockies. We're going to ride the Colorado Rockies tonight. I think their offense in Colorado is obviously the most dangerous in the league. I don't know how much the air pressure matters or the travel of the ball.
Throw it out the window.
We throw it out the window.
Great
Anyways,
baseball,
they're going to
great pitching, and I think they're going to
And what are our odds that we're giving to these fans?
Plus 103.
Plus 103, so hop on
$10 to win $10.30 if you're counting on my bankroll.
And 30 cents gets you a gumball in most places, and actually makes you have 5 cents left.
Anymore. But we move on to Game 2. We have the Washington Nationals going to L.A. to face the Dodgers. Unbelievable pitching matchup here. We've got Steven Strasburg, who comes into this game 7-1 with a 2.9 ERA, facing the best pitcher in baseball, I think, Clayton Kershaw, comes in at 7-2 with a 2.28 ERA. The Dodgers are a -160 favorite here, and I don't never want to bet against Clayton Kershaw in the regular season because I've tried it before. I have failed miserably, and that is why I'm sticking with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
He was calling them the Los Angeles Dollars because he's assuming he's going to make you money tonight on that pick.
Absolutely.
But I have to jump boats. I'm going with the Washington Nationals tonight.
You're going to regret it.
And I'm not going to regret this because it's going to be playoff atmosphere, and we know how Kershaw has performed in the playoffs. Last year better than in previous years, but the hitting of this Nationals team is going to get to Kershaw, whether it's early or late. We're going to see my boy Bryce Harper, and I'm going to justify why I'm not wearing a Bryce Harper shirt or jersey here in a minute. But my boy Bryce Harper, Zimmerman, Trey Turner, all of them are going to come out, bats a-blazing. Rondon might go for 10 RBIs again. I know that's a lot asking against Kershaw, but I'm telling you, tonight's going to be a rough night for the Dodgers and a great night for the Nationals as they continue their quest to have the best record in the National League. So, Xander, real quickly before we get into our third game, if you haven't noticed, fans, we are wearing our Hawaiian shirts today. We thought we'd be tropical. The weather's beautiful today. We want all of you guys to feel sunny, even if you're in a place where there's no sun. So we're going to wear our tropical attire today. Again, we will be changing up our attire every week. I will be bringing in the jersey collection, so be wary of that because we're going to run promotions and trivia based off of what we're wearing. Remember maybe that we wore Hawaiian shirts today. Save the date, basically. It's like a wedding. Save the date. And anyways, Xander, take us into our third
so Game 3, our little nightcap. Another great matchup. We've got the Boston Red Sox going to New York to face the Yankees. Boston's plus 107. Yankees are a -117 favorite at home. And an interesting pitching matchup here. Definitely not as good as the one we just talked about, but we got Rick Porcello, last year's AL Cy Young winner, facing CC Sabathia. CC's got
last
a pretty
year's
good record.
food-eating champion.
No, he's actually lost. He's lost a little weight, but some people say he put it back on. But regardless, CC is 6-2 this season, but with a 4.1 ERA. You look at Porcello's numbers; he's 3-7 with a 4.2. So I honestly think this is the turning of the tide for Boston. I think they're going to come in, take a couple games from the Yankees here, and I think they're going to eventually win the AL East. I know the Yankees have been playing super well all season, which is something that not everybody expected, but Rick Porcello was the AL Cy Young winner for a reason. He's going to eventually right the ship, and that is going to be tonight. That's why I'm taking the Boston Red Sox, plus 107 on the road against CC.
Well, it's not going to be the Black Sox, but they should know that we're putting our money on them together. I'm taking the Boston Red Sox as well. I think Porcello is having a little bit of the Jake Arrieta effect, winning your Cy Young Award and then not really wanting to come to play anymore. Totally fair, but as Xander said, he's going to right the ship tonight. I think, again, this lineup that is... Actually, both lineups are fantastic, but I really like the build of the Boston Red Sox, who've been around a little bit longer and been together a little longer opposed to this new, fresh Yankees team. I know Aaron Judge actually just became the highest vote receiver for the All-Star game. But anyways, I'm going to keep it with the Boston Red Sox like my friend Xander here, and I think they're going to take the W tonight. Such a great rivalry. That should just be a game you watch anyways. I know you'll have the NBA championship game on tonight, but when you have commercial breaks or halftime, how about you flick in between both of them? So go Red Sox tonight. We'll wear our red. And that's all we got for baseball, but we're really excited because we are adapting, and we're moving forward, and we are getting into hockey. We are putting our foot down on the fact that people are naysayers about hockey, and we're going to give you our pick tonight for the game tomorrow between the Predators and the Penguins, Game 5. And Xander, I'm happy to say that we righted the ship. We told the Predators what we thought.
Huge game.
I mean, I've never been on ice other than for a couple spills when I went ice skating.
I've fallen quite a few times.
And I've never played the game of hockey, but you know what? I'm just such a powerful force in the sports arena that when I tell a team to do something, they usually take that and they do it. So we were talking about the Predators when they were down 2-0.
Right.
Now it's 2-2. So you know what? That momentum is important because that momentum is going to be carried into Game 5, and I'm selecting the Predators, my friends.
I am as well. P.K. Subban said they were going to win Game 3. They won Game 4, and I think they're also going to win Game 5. Huge momentum shift in this series. I know that they're going back to Pittsburgh, but, I mean, this Nashville team almost has seemed like a team of destiny this postseason after they knocked off the Blackhawks in the first round. So should be super interesting. And I think they take a 3-2 lead, which is huge.
Absolutely. And again, a lot of articles being put out right now. ESPN, we like to hit on a little bit because sometimes most of the time, we disagree what the articles are saying. They had a most recent post about the Pittsburgh Penguins and how this team mimics those of their past championship teams. You've seen the fight, you've seen the spirit. So again, you can't count this Pittsburgh team out. And in fact, they've been in this situation before where they came out hot and blew the next 2 games. So again, anything can happen, and if the Penguins come out the way they did in Game 1 and Game 2, putting 3 or 4 goals up before the Predators even see a puck go into the net, then they're in some trouble. I also don't like the Predators. If they lose tonight, I will then hop back on the Penguins bandwagon.
Whatever's convenient for you.
Because I see trends, I see feels, but right now, Xander, I put it out there that the Predators are going to win tonight and win the series, bringing Nashville, which is a spectacular city, a great championship. They need it down there because the Titans are freaking terrible. Maybe not anymore. Maybe they bounce back with Mariota, but that's not really sports. They've been getting better. I appreciate that a lot. And Xander, we're going to talk about something that happened last night in baseball that doesn't happen very often. For the 17th,
that's an understatement.
Very much an understatement. For the 17th time in Major League Baseball history, someone hit 4 home runs, and that is Scooter Gennett of the Cincinnati Reds. And that's my not Dayton very own, but my Ohio very own player. I'm not from Ohio, folks. I'm from Chicago, but I've been there for 4 years, so I'm going to take some of the credit. And I got to tell you, it's one of those feats that is really hard to imagine. When you look at the box score, how early it happened.
I mean, it's happened less times than there have been perfect games thrown. And when you think about, the feat of throwing a perfect game, and you look at something that's done even less, it just kind of speaks to what kind of a crazy night you have to hit 4 home runs in a game. Coming from a guy who really hasn't flashed, the greatest power numbers throughout his career.
He had more home runs last night than he's had all season.
Right. So it was a magical night for Scooter Gennett. I mean, I think one of the coolest things that'll happen in sports this year because, like I said, 17 times, that's basically one time since I've been born.
Well, you're a player. So, and I've never played competitive baseball.
Former player
at this point. He's retired. And what's amazing to me is that you have to break 2 feats in this aspect. One, hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in professional sport, in any professional sport. Mentally, people can say golf is the toughest on you, and I wouldn't totally disagree, but I think hands down, and we can have this argument again, reach out to us on the Sporting Edge on our Facebook, but we'll have this argument with you. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do. And the fact that he was able to do that 4 times, let alone put it out of the park 4 times, is just... it blows my mind, and that's why we thought we'd take some time to talk about it today. And it's congratulations, Scooter Gennett, on that feat. It was really incredible, and it's good to see for baseball. Gets people excited.
Great day for baseball. Anyways, guys, that was our first episode here at the Sporting Edge. We're going to be coming to you every week with some updates, some picks, and just basically everything that's on our mind. So thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next week.
And remember to check out all of our social media pages, fans and folks. We got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram coming to you. We're coming at it fast. We love messages. Also, give us a call. You never know when that number might be put out there, and you are on the show. So enjoy. Check out Anthony Grant. We interviewed him. It'll be airing Saturday and Sunday. Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody.